Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and I am the style coach. Today's video is a much requested one all about how to wear beige. I know a lot of you have been enjoying those mini masterclasses on various colours and how to wear them, how to make them work for you. So today it's all about beige. If you enjoy the video and learn something new, please like the video and you might consider subscribing as well if you haven't already. And of course, welcome back to all the regulars as well. If you'd like to support the channel in a different way, you could do so by hitting the super thanks button. For the price of a coffee, you can help keep this channel going and show your support. Of course, if you'd like to work with me, you can do so one-to-one, whether that's online or in person. And I have a range of online courses as well that are going to help you refine your personal style. Let's get going with today's video. I'm not going to use my colour wheel today because beige is not on it. It's going to be somewhere in the mix of those colours and it just doesn't exist as it is on its own on the colour wheel. So what does that mean? Is it warm? Is it cool? Who's it for? How do we figure it out? I'm going to give you lots of different examples. I'll give you examples for each of the seasons so that you can make it apply to you. If you have questions or suggestions about other colours you'd like to see, please let me know. Let me know if it's a colour that you enjoy wearing or is it something that you absolutely avoid. For me, beige reminds me of a uniform that I had to wear for about 8 years. And it really didn't do much for me as a winter. Of course, beige is just, there's yellow tones in it, so it's a warmer colour. And it really didn't do much for me. The good thing was, as part of that uniform, I had to wear like this strong, bright red lip, which helped the situation a lot. If I didn't have that, it would look pretty awful. So thankfully that red lip was something I enjoyed wearing. I think it suited me and certainly helped with the beige situation. So as I mentioned before, beige is yellow toned, it's yellow based, and therefore it is going to work for those of you on the warmer side, whether you're a spring or an autumn. So I've taken a selection here. Of course, like any other colour, there's other qualities that you're going to want to consider, like the intensity of the colour, the chroma of the colour, the contrast that you need in your features. That's all worth understanding, and it's something that maybe you need a little bit of help with from a colour professional like myself. Do get in touch if you want your online colour consultation. So there's a range here of colours, anything from, you know, a very light coloured beige all the way through to something a little bit more vivid in its yellow tones, all the way through to something that I would call camel. The lighter colours of beiges are definitely going to work well for somebody with those lighter features. Now, that's not to say that somebody with darker features or those of you who are in the autumn category can't wear something lighter like this as well. Remember, if you are a spring person or if you're an autumn person, another person could also be a spring or an autumn and look completely different and wear colours like that in a beautiful way, and you feel like, God, they look terrible on me. It's because they're creating different contrast levels. So please remember that temperature is not the only consideration when it comes to making colour choices. You may have noticed that nothing like this exists in my own wardrobe. They are yellow based. I don't go for those warmer colours. You're just not going to see this existing in my wardrobe. Apart from anything else, the lighter colours are also not doing much for me. I can't even look in the camera at myself. These are just really not doing much at all. However, if you're a spring or an autumn, a range of beiges are going to look great for you. I'm going to also stress that for some people, beige is boring, and that's okay. I see a lot of people, influencers, I'm going to say, talking about capsule wardrobes for spring and summer and all year round. And all I see is navy, black, beige, and white in rotation. And I'm like, snooze. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely a place for neutrals, but an entire wardrobe, if you're somebody who likes a little bit of drama or creativity in your style, you are not going to be happy with those neutrals. on their own. You're going to have something more exciting in the wardrobe. I have found that beige can really be brought to life with neons. So pairing neons and neutrals is something I love. So if you feel like, okay, beige is in my color palette, great, but I'm just a bit bored by it, try a neon. It can really elevate it, especially like a neon yellow or something like that. I mean, it can really bring it like a pop of interest to your outfit. So yes, the word in itself, beige, I don't know, it just bores me. On the right person, it can look elegant, it can look chic and everything, but as a winter myself, it's not something that I'm going to go near. So I say it with respect and from a perspective of a winter person. Beige is just not something I'm going to have in my wardrobe, but I can see the merit of it in somebody on the warmer side. So absolutely go for it. I think it can look beautiful with a navy, with a red. It can even look amazing with white, actually. It can really freshen up the colour and bring something more life to the colour. Let me know what your favourite combinations are with beige. Now let me get these off me. So what happens if you are a winter or a summer? You're on the cooler side. What do you do when it comes to beige? And, you know, people on the cooler side, we want our neutrals too. You know, if you're thinking about that classic trench coat or something like that, you don't want to go down that beige route if you are on the cooler side. So what can you do? What's the alternative? What's the closest thing you can do, but still kind of in that beige family, but on the cooler side? Well, I've got an answer for you. Introducing rose brown and cocoa. These are, I would call them moving into the taupe direction. Taupes can be a wonderful, cool alternative to beige for those of you on the cooler side. Now, these particular ones are from the summer colour groups because of their softness. If you're a winter, you may want to introduce a stronger colour next to your face by way of a turtleneck, a scarf, something like that. As a winter, you're going to want a stronger colour. But if you want something kind of in that beige family, moving into taupes is your answer. And I've seen these are pretty readily available in the likes of your classic trench coat or something like that. Look out for the cooler tones. When you're not sure, get your silver jewellery, get your gold jewellery and use that as a test. You'll notice that the silver blends in better with the taupe families, and you'll see that gold melts in better with the actual warmer beige tones. So the coolness of the rose brown certainly works better for me than the true beige colours. Now, of course, it's missing the intensity for me. There's a couple of other things. As I said, it's not all just about temperature. You've got to take into consideration value and chroma when it comes to making colour choices. What would I pair this with? I think it goes really well with this blue-red from winter. I think you could make that work and make an interesting combination. Also, you don't have to go too out there with your colour choices. You can see that it's working with navy as well. Don't make life too complicated. You don't have to overthink this. You know, navy and this taupe colour can work excellently as well. On the cooler side as well, I think a magenta really goes well with this rose brown and the cocoa because there's actually elements of pink in it. So the pink just emphasizes that and it works really nicely together. So that's exactly probably what I would do if I was wearing something like this. Get that strong, vivid color from winter next to your face. If you are a winter and you need to kind of up the ante in terms of the chroma of the color, that's going to work really well. Bring in that somewhere along the way and you've got your beige introduced into your colour palette on a cooler side. In terms of warmer combinations, that kind of beige camel colour can look really elegant and maybe even a little bit retro if you were to pair it with brown. Not for everybody, I know, I get it. But if you were into that kind of vintage aesthetic, that could be a beautiful combination for those of you on the warmer side. Again, on the warmer side, you can choose your navy, but On the warmer side, you want to lean into something more like a marine navy, which I think works beautifully with that camel colour. So it's introducing just a little bit of green to it. It's not so obvious, but it's moving into that warmer direction. And I think those work really nicely together. A tomato red and this beige kind of camel colour could work really gorgeous as well. Or you could introduce even more brightness with this Ferrari red, which is a spring colour. So there's lots of combinations and ways to wear it. So beige, I would say in its purest form, is on the warmer side. It's yellow based. So those of you on the warm side, go for it. You're going to have lots of fun with it. It can be very chic, very elegant. On the cooler side, maybe you want to lean into those taupey colours instead of the yellow based. It's going to be more wearable for you. The taupe colour is probably looking best for those of you in summer. In winter, make sure you get those more vivid colours, giving you contrast up next against the face. Otherwise, it might be washing you out a little bit, depending on your unique features. That's it for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it and learned something new, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Bye bye.